Hi, this is Michael Orl of MobileBurn.com. Today I'm going to show you some of Samsung's TouchWiz updates for the Galaxy Tab 10.1. First thing I'm going to do is show you some of the new widgets on the home screen. You'll notice the home screen is still laid out the same way as with standard honeycomb. You have the controls up here and you can skip from panel to panel like so, or just from swiping. Let's take a look at some of the specific widgets that have been added though. You can see there's a new agenda widget here Samsung has created. Like many of the widgets now, resizable, very easy to handle. Samsung has included a Yahoo Finance widget, as well as a new type of contact widget. I'll show you. We'll just add one here. They call it a buddy. Tap through here. You can see that it's blank by default. I just tap on it and choose a contact. And we'll say Clark Kent there. And when you tap on one, you get the options that are available based on the type of contact information you have for that contact. Here's the new World Clock widget. I'm going to show you we also have a World Clock application. You can add new cities on the globe here. For example, let's add Tokyo. And hit the plus here to save it. Now you see Tokyo has been added. Swipe over the next panel, a few more new widgets. This is the new Social Hub widget. You can see we're pulling in things from LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook, all in one feed. You can, of course, update your status and tell it which ones you want to send it to, all three of the services in this case by default. Up here we have the Active Applications widget, which is part of the Task Manager. You can tap on this to bring up the Task Manager, but I'm going to show you that a little bit later. You might notice that occasionally as things are happening, the widget will change and flash a little bit red when something's running in the background. That'll list its name right up there and tell you which application is being power hungry right then and there. Newly designed email widget. Of course, you can create an email message just by tapping there. New bookmark widgets, rather large, but what you do is you put in the default empty bookmark widget here, tap on it, and then you can choose one of the bookmarks that you've already defined. Now when you tap there, it'll go to the AOL page in this case, and hopefully we'll have refreshed the look of the widget now that we've gone to the page. As with all widgets though, when you don't need it, just long press, drag it away. This is the center panel of the home screen, of the 5 home screen panels we have. So we've got a new clock up here, weather as well. Have support for a number of different views. You can define multiple cities. Right here we have the picture frame widget, which is different from the one found in stock honeycomb. I'm just going to grab a photo here. Actually, I'll pick 2. Now you can see the photo. As with the other widgets, you can resize it. Some subtle changes to the main menu, but it's left largely in stock form. You might have noticed that instead of little blue outlines of icons that are on the next page, Samsung takes a more traditional view and just shows an indicator of which page out of how many is available. So you can see there's 2 pages and we're on 1 versus 2, which I think is a little more clear. You can still get to the My Apps section and see just applications that you've installed yourself. Right down here in the center of the status line, you see this little arrowhead, and if you tap that, That brings up access to Samsung's mini apps. There are a number of them, and it's really cool in that they pop up as a separate window, and they can even be moved around just as if you were using them on a personal computer. In this case, this is the Task Manager, which I had mentioned earlier. You can get to from this widget as well. Cool thing is, though, you can actually access these from just about anywhere. So say we pull up the YouTube application. It's loading up some things. I can access the mini apps and pull up the calendar. And I can switch to a different one, say the pen memo right here. Now, of course, I'm not using a pen, I'm using my finger, but there's a pen accessory available for the tablets now. Very cool, some good functionality in here, and you can see there's also a music player and a calculator. And like I said, they work anywhere. And it's really cool how they work with the transparency, and you can still use other things while they're popped up on the screen. Some minor changes to the browser for the most part. You can see on top of the tabs here, it's actually white background as opposed to the black background you see on standard Android and Honeycomb. So it just looks slightly different, but really the functionality is otherwise the same. Bring up a new tab. Go to our site. I'm going to show you that this is Swipe. Mobile burn. Hit the .com button here. I'll go to the full site. Another thing about Swipe, though, is as you notice that large keyboard is a little difficult for swiping on. So Samsung gives you this condensed version that you can use instead. Makes it a little bit easier. You can see I just typed in "this is easier." But the thing about it is, it sometimes obscures what's going on. So whereas the large keyboard will force the text that you're inputting to be up at the top, the small keyboard doesn't always do that. So it's a bit of a trade-off. It does work very well in portrait mode, though. You might have noticed I just tapped down here to make the keyboard go away, and you probably saw that the icons down here have changed as well. Notice we have a more obvious back button and home button here down the bottom left-hand corner of the screen. Also a screen capture button here. Not sure if that's going to be available for everybody, if it's just for reviewers, but it's certainly handy for my job. The notification area in general has been changed, and you can see this is the way it should have been done. This is what Google should have been doing, giving you quick access to everything with one single tap. You can turn off Wi-Fi, notifications, anything. Still doesn't appear to be a way to clear all of the notifications at once, though. But you have much clearer fonts. Everything's just easier to read. Samsung's done a better job of it than Google did. I'm going to show you something that's a little difficult to demonstrate. I'm going to place 2 fingers on the touchscreen surface, then I'm going to tilt the device, and you can see it will zoom in and out as I tilt the tablet. It doesn't work particularly well, and quite honestly, it's not very useful. The same gesture, if you want to call it that, can be used inside the photo gallery as well, though. You caught a quick glimpse of the Social Hub earlier. Shows you all your social feeds, as well as messaging systems, so you can also pick your private messages from Twitter or Facebook. You have one global view here. I don't get too many from Facebook or Twitter, though, so you can see they're color-coded right here. And then your feeds show up combined here. Twitter, LinkedIn, and Facebook. Reload it by pulling down, which is becoming a little bit more of a common gesture. You have access to most of the functionality. You can see retweeting, replying, marking as a favorite, or even sending a direct message from there. Samsung has also added the Music Hub, which is powered by 7 Digital, so you have access to music that you can buy right from the tablet. You can search by any particular genre, or you can create playlists, because music can be played directly from here. With that said, there is still the standard Google Music application. Go into Apps and I'll show you the full-size pen memo application. We'll create a new one. You can see I can type or use the pen. Change colors. And then save the note. Also, we have a photo editor. I'll choose one of these screen captures I just did. And you see there's a number of things you can do to it with, special effects, change contrast, brightness, turn it to grayscale, or so. Resize and crop. Then you can save the image out when you're done. Pull up the email client here. You have a normal Gmail client, which hasn't changed, but email client here is really just another rehashing of the social hub. They work very much the same, except when you're in the dedicated email client you have access to the folders and everything. See the nice multi-paned view. Multi-touch support, formatted text, you can change accounts easily or go into the combined view. You can see here's one that was sent to Gmail, same message. Some things you can do right here, and of course it's always easy just to reply or create a new message. Samsung has added some advanced copy and paste functionality. I'm going to drag the handlebars here and select some text, copy it, and I'm going to hit reply and also shoot a screenshot, and then I'm going to use the task manager to switch back to the pen memo application and create a new memo. I'm going to use insert here to pull in some things from the clipboard. So you have a number of things here, including the text that I just copied and the screenshot. And I can go through and delete things out of the clipboard as well. Not sure which applications support this advanced functionality. Pen Memo obviously does, but I haven't seen it show up in other applications thus far. So that's a quick rundown of some of the changes that Samsung has added to Honeycomb with its TouchWiz user interface. I'm Michael Orrell from MobileBurn.com. Thanks for watching.